Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I have some unfortunate news to start off the video with, and it's about my espresso machine, which is not this one. It's obviously Breville, and it's no longer working anymore. I don't know what happened, but it ended up having that like 1 cup, 2 cup alternating flashing lights, which is indicating that there's an error somewhere or there's a fault or something's broke in the machine. And I came to the conclusion that I'm not going to fork over however much money it takes to fix it. I'd rather put that money towards my next machine. So in the meantime, we're going to be rocking with my 9Barista as my go-to espresso machine for now. And this will have its own video, but it's not going to be today. And what I'll be focusing on today's video will be this guy right here. We have a new Atlas coffee delivery. This is March's delivery, which means I think there's one more coming in April. So we're going to open this, see what we have. We're going to make espresso with it. And depending on if I have time to make an Arabica shot, we're going to make or try to make a soup shot on the Arabica, which is something I've been wanting to do. It's something I promised Neil that I'll be doing for probably a month and a half, 2 months now. So this could be the video where I finally do it. And if you're wondering why I'm whispering, it's currently like 5:40 in the morning. I've been up since 4:30 preparing chicken, which I just finished up right here. And I have my focaccia bread resting, my focaccia dough resting for another like 2.5 hours or 2 hours, so I could get it thrown in the oven for Easter. So let's pop this box open and see what we got, and we can get some espresso in the kettle. Here we go. I've been trying to think what the heck it could be. You know, we've gotten coffee from all over, from a lot of the major coffee growing continents, but I feel like we're still missing a few countries that should be considered. What was one of them? Like, I feel like Yemen or the Middle East has been more apparent in different coffee shops. Not like common, but definitely it's made its appearances in a few around here. So I was like, maybe it could be somewhere in the Middle East. There's a part of me that thinks it's going to be somewhere in Africa. But I don't know. So let's see what we got. Blue and white and yellow. This makes me think Asia. Alright. Honduras. Really nice bag, as usual. Let's see. Here's a postcard. And then Honduras, Santa Barbara. It's their lighter roast, as they say. But yeah, another washed processed coffee. And we're gonna get this prepped and ready to go. I have the kettle on the stove. There we go. It's a little better. So let's see what these beans look like. Honduras. I haven't had coffee from Honduras in I feel like a long time. Here it is. Here, if you can get it. I know I have the lighting on low right now. The smell is nice. It smells decent. Oh yeah, and the other thing I wanted to show you guys was this. I got a new scale from Maestri House. It has like a pour over mode and espresso mode. It measures the ratio of your pour overs. It measures how many grams per second when you're pulling a shot of espresso. And I got it for new videos, and I won't be using it too often because my espresso machine is no longer a thing. But let me, oh yeah, what am I doing? Let me get this grinded up. We're gonna go for 18 grams for the 9Barista. Let me get this in a better view over here. There we go. Let's do 18. Good enough. 17.9. And what we'll do is we'll grind this at an 8 to play it safe. Okay. Let's see how much retention we have. Whew, whew, whew. Are you kidding me? Holy crap. That's crazy. There we go. 0.2 grams. So let's get this in the portafilter. You know, it was a bummer. Like, I definitely did not think it was gonna happen again to the espresso machine. It was only a year and a half since it was last repaired. So, in my opinion, like, the machine was running fine. There was no issues at all. And then, just randomly, I kept saying that I needed to do a descaling mode. And then I did. And then it said I needed to do another descaling mode. And I did. And then, after that second descale, I was able to get a couple more shots out of it, but it would always flash like the 1-2 lights when I would turn it on, and then it would be fine. And then from there, it just stopped working after like the, I don't know, third, fourth, fifth shot, whatever it was. But yeah, just so you guys know, I don't really use the WDT tool with this portafilter or this basket. It just makes way too much of a mess. So we're gonna just rock with it. Espresso's been alright, but the way, I don't know, the way it react, like this heats up on my stove is kind of weird. So I've been having trouble using this too, where I'm trying to use this effectively. But not to keep jumping around. But after I pulled like that fourth or fifth shot, whatever, it just permanently stayed on the flashing 1 and 2 lights. And my first thought was, oh, let me reach out to Breville and I'll get it sent over to their service team and get it fixed. And then I was like, you know what? Why am I going to spend another $200 to get this thing repaired when that $200 could go to my next machine and I'll just suck it up for the next year or whatever, where I won't have one. So that's just been my mindset. I'm just going to hold off. I'm going to keep putting money away each paycheck to get a new machine. So in the meantime, I'll use that. 9Barista. I'll use the pour overs more. I could use the AeroPress more often. So it's not the end of the world, but you know, it's definitely something the coffee enthusiast doesn't want to experience, is their machine breaking on them. But let me get water poured in over here. All right, let's get this over here. I think just to play it safe with timing, because my fiance is going to need the kitchen when she gets up, which will be soon. I'm gonna save that AeroPress soup shot for another video, just because we have so much cooking to do, and I gotta help her out before I leave for work. I have my once a week Whole Food shift today. Unfortunately, it's on Easter, but you know, at least it's pay. It's time and a half, so won't be too bad. Get some extra money for the wedding. Sacrifices you gotta make, right? There we go. Alright, I hope the 8 setting is good. We'll find out. Alright. Put that on the stove top. We turn up the heat. And we wait. So I'll check you guys back in when we're about to pour this out. There we go. Just almost missed it. Let's lift that up. Oh, it's hot. That's hot. All right. So that's all finished. I was hoping that it's such a finicky thing because where's the glove? So trying to get this to come out smooth is so tough on the stove. I don't know why. Because there's times I've lowered the temperature right when it's about to like come up with the espresso, and then out of nowhere it would just like stop and the boiling goes away and I don't get espresso. But I don't know, it is what it is. We have our 2-to-1 pretty much right here. The creme is gone, which means I don't think there was enough pressure. As in, I could have grinded a little finer, but we're gonna let this cool down because it does come out pretty hot. Yeah, and we'll try it again in a sec. All right, let's give this a try. Should have cooled down enough by now. I was able to get out a couple emails in the meantime. So I get like I definitely get bitter cacao. I would say like I mean, buttery comes to mind. This is definitely the better of the roasts that I've received. Like a little bit of citrus. Maybe like a berry juiciness, like so subtly. Let's see. I already put the postcard away. Oh no, where did I put it? Oh, okay. So we have almond butter, we have honey, and black currants. Almond butter, honey, black currants. I feel like I definitely get currant. Like there is like a berry flavor to it. Almond butter and honey. Kind of almond butter. I get some, like I said, like raw cacao before, but it's almost like something toasted, like a toasted butter maybe. A little bit of that black currant came through, really more as like a berry in my opinion. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna call it here. My fiance's up already. She's about to come into the kitchen, so I don't want to keep on, recording a video. But we'll call it here. The next video we do, I don't even remember what we reviewed. I feel like we've done everything in here. So the next one we do, we could definitely do a pour over with this guy. I can show you how this works. We could do this together. And yeah, I mean, we'll keep trucking through. I don't really have many videos left. I still have a bag of green bean coffee up there. So we could do some more roasting together and then mess with it with the 9Barista. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully I can keep things somewhat interesting. We'll definitely start utilizing more of the other coffee equipment I have to make coffee. But yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Adios.